Salut Chris.
Welcome to The Explainer. So today, we're diving into some absolutely fascinating material that tackles a struggle I know almost all of us face at one point or another. We're talking about how to move from that heavy, dreaded Monday morning defeat straight into a state of lasting, unshakable, and, most importantly, truly earned confidence. We're going to unpack exactly why true confidence isn't something you can just manifest out of thin air. It's something you literally have to build step by step.
Okay. Let's dive into this with the central mantra of today's material. Competency feeds confidence. I'll say it again. Competency feeds confidence. See, true confidence simply cannot be faked. If you don't feel confident right now, the brutal but honestly liberating truth is that it's probably because you just haven't earned it yet. You're lacking the underlying competence.
So I really want you to ask yourself this. Why do you wake up on Monday morning feeling defeated? You know the feeling, right? It's that sinking pit in your stomach when you start the week feeling like you're just totally at the mercy of the wind without the tools to push back against the world. It is a terrible place to be, but as you'll see today, it's entirely fixable.
Section 1. The root of true confidence.
Because here's the thing, a lack of confidence, that's never the actual disease. It's really just a symptom of a much deeper issue with our skills and abilities. Just look at this 15-year journey. In year 1, there is absolutely zero confidence, and rightfully so, because there are zero skills. But by year 7, you're waist deep in the trenches, figuring out what works through deliberate trial and error. And then by year 15, you're operating with 100% certainty. You've seen the wins and the fails for thousands of people, and now you can confidently teach others.
And that brings us to what this core concept actually means. Competency isn't just memorizing a bunch of random trivia. No. It's the acquisition of universal, essential skills that, when applied consistently, literally guarantee positive results. Once you build those foundational skills, you just start seeing wins naturally pop up in your business, your health, your relationships, and those wins, they are the absolute fuel that naturally boosts your confidence.
Section 2. Choosing the right mission. And this brilliantly illustrates the point. Let's compare two drastically different paths you could take. The make money online space versus health and wellness. Take someone like Coach Cindy from our source material as a shining example here. She focuses on health coaching, building actual wealth in the heart and the physical body.
So why does picking the right mission matter so much? Well, let's look at the reality. In that make money online niche, even the absolute best experts out there cannot guarantee your success. In fact, over 95% of people who chase that specific dream are going to fail, mainly because the variables are completely out of their control. You could do everything perfectly right and still lose, which makes it incredibly hard to build any sort of predictable competency.
But contrast that with a staggering 100%. Think about it. Consistent, repetitive action in health and fitness yields an almost 100% guaranteed physical result. If you do the workouts and eat right consistently, your body will change. It's basically a universal law. And achieving that guaranteed result, that builds incredible, undeniable confidence.
Section 3. Passing the universe's tests. Make no mistake, the universe is going to test you. You might face 99 no's before you get a single yes, but that is completely by design. The universe is basically testing you to see if you can handle the responsibility of that one yes. Because if you can care for that one person properly, only then will the universe unlock future success and entrust you with more.
Navigating this requires a super powerful reframing technique. The speaker puts it perfectly. I don't look at a loss as being a loss. It's a learning situation. Failures are not defeats. They're just necessary, unavoidable hurdles designed specifically for your growth.
Think about this practical application from the source, hosting daily live streams with absolutely zero viewers. Instead of throwing in the towel, you reframe it. First off, it's the absent audience's missed opportunity, not yours. More importantly, showing up anyway proves your own consistency to yourself. Plus, it lets you build a massive catalog of, say, 300 videos packed with lessons for the future. You didn't lose at all. You built a library of competence.
Section 4. Identifying your weaknesses.
Time to be a little brutally honest with ourselves. What are you not competent in?
What is the exact specific roadblock that is holding back your confidence today?
Look, common competency gaps are usually things like content creation, maybe the technical headache of building a website, or honestly, even just your foundational mindset. Pinpointing this gap is absolutely crucial, because once you finally identify it, gaining competency in that specific area stops you from feeling so lost and defeated.
And when you do this, you take your heart back on Monday. You have to stop letting the wind blow you backward. Stop being a victim to whatever chaos happens to you during the week. By identifying your weaknesses and actually taking action, you are actively taking control of your Monday and, ultimately, the rest of your life.
Section 5. Taking action through repetition. Let's look at a really cool, practical way to build this repetition, the Hustler's 10-minute-a-day challenge. It's a daily music creation challenge. Step 1, you let AI do the heavy technical lifting. Step 2, you inject your actual lived human experiences and feedback. And step 3, you generate a fully completed song. It is a simple, daily, 10-minute micro-mission designed to earn you real, tangible competency.
Actually, there is a totally fascinating, surprising detail hidden inside this challenge. The advice is to have a conversation with the AI as if it were a therapist. By opening up about your personal journey, your pain, your overarching mission, you essentially extract your actual soul and pour it right into the creation process. It turns a cold digital tool into something deeply personal.
And get this, there is a staggering 99.9% guarantee on this process. If you simply complete the steps and create just one finished song, it will instantly result in a massive burst of new confidence. It's that simple. Action literally equals confidence.
So the crucial point is, this newly earned confidence, it doesn't just sit hidden away in your head. It creates what they call an inner glow. When you have true earned confidence, your cheeks rise, your eyes brighten, your complexion clears up, and your entire body language shifts from drooping to dynamic. People can spot it from a mile away.
Ultimately, we have to realize that the real value of this 10-minute challenge isn't actually the song itself. The song is just a nice byproduct. The true value is proving to yourself that you are competent enough to finish simple steps consistently, day after day. You are proving, unequivocally, that you are a finisher.
Which leaves us with one final provocative question to wrap up our explainer today. What is the one completed action you will take today to earn your confidence? Remember, you can't fake it, you have to feed it. So get out there, build your confidence, and take your heart back today.
They keep telling you, stay motivated. Watch this. Listen to that. Get inspired. But what happens when the video ends? When the music fades? When nobody's clapping, watching, or waiting for you to win? What moves you then? I used to run on borrowed energy, quotes, speeches, people hyping me. Felt unstoppable for a moment, then I'd crash, like it was never in me. That's the problem with external fuel. It burn quick, don't last, don't rule. You dependent on a source outside, so when it disappears, so do you. I was chasing feelings, not building fire, waiting to feel ready instead of climbing higher. But readiness ain't a mood you catch, it's a discipline you wire. So I had to ask myself something different. If nobody ever told me keep going, would I answer that honestly? I realized purpose don't scream, it whispers. It ain't in the crowd, it's found in the mirror. It ain't an applause or validation checks. It's in what you do when there's nothing to flex. Motivation temporary, purpose permanent. One phase away, the other's inherent. You don't wake up feeling it every day, but purpose don't care how you feel anyway. It moves through you even when you're tired, even when life feels misaligned and wired. It's that quiet push you can't explain. Let's say do it again through the doubt and pain. So I stopped asking how do I feel and started asking what's real, what's mine to build, what's mine to create. That's when I found something stronger than fate. I don't that's what's leading. Yeah. Now I move like it's already decided. No hesitation, no need to be guided. I built a system inside of my soul that don't break down when I'm losing control. External noise don't shake my direction. I learned to operate without the connection. Not disconnected but self-sustained. Energy internal, never drained. I don't need hype, I don't need cheers. I done built this through blood, sweat, tears. Every rep carved into my frame. Now discipline calling me by name. This is what it look like when purpose drive. You ain't just working, you feel alive. Even in struggle there's something deeper. You not just moving, you moving with meaning. Listen close. Purpose don't shout, it pulls. It don't beg, it demands. And once you feel it, you can't go back. There's gonna be days you don't feel like it. Do it anyway. There's gonna be days you question everything. Keep going anyway. Because the ones who make it ain't the most motivated. They the most committed to something deeper than motivation. I don't need a reason. I am the reason. I don't need the feeling. I move with meaning. No more waiting. No more chasing. Internal driver, that's what's leading. When the world go quiet, when the noise disappear, when nobody's watching, that's when you find out if you really got it, or if you was just borrowing it. Borrowing it.
New York does not stop because you are still deciding. The traffic keeps moving. The trains keep running. People keep crossing the street with somewhere to be. And meanwhile, a lot of dreams stay trapped at the curb because the person carrying them is still waiting for the perfect time to step forward. That is the part nobody wants to admit. Sometimes the delay is not strategy. It is fear dressed up as preparation. You keep telling yourself you need a better plan, more confidence, another tool, one more sign. But the city already gave you the sign. Everything around you is moving. Your dream does not need you to know every turn before you begin. It needs you to stop standing still long enough to take the first one. I created the Hustleverse Movie Studio Mindset UGC Blueprint to help you turn your ideas into visual stories, promotional content, and original assets instead of letting them stay trapped in your head. Comment hustle and I'll send it to you.
I give you food for action, don't choke on the truth. This lesson I prepare was made just for you. Feast up, I'll keep serving till the pot run dry. Got enough cooking to feed the whole country, no lie. Too many flavors, you know, I got what you like. Don't start beefing with me, you won't win this fight. If you come in peace, keep your teeth intact. I got a plan to get this cake, come grab a stack. Life could be sweet, if you listen, you'll see. Food for action on a platter, served fresh by me. I'm serving knowledge on plates, got the recipe down. A blend of hustle and wisdom, that's my sound. I'm feeding the masses, no crumbs, full course. But if you bring nothing to the table, find the door. Stop acting like you got beef, it won't taste right. This flavor's reserved for those ready.
Okay, family, we are live. We are live. And once again, I want to welcome you guys back to another episode of the Hustlers 10-Minute a Day Challenge. Today is Strong 58, day 2, and we are right at 15 minutes into today's challenge. So I want to thank you guys again for joining me today. We know today is Tuesday. Today is what we call Training Day Tuesday. So let's start by peeling the curtain back to exposing, as usual, the most valuable document in all of online marketing, the Hustlers 10-Minute a Day Challenge doc. If you don't have access to this, I want to strongly encourage you to click the link in the description of this video so that you have access to this exclusive document and you can take part in the daily challenge, which is simple and easy. It's a simple challenge with a straightforward blueprint, and it provides you with all of the tools that you're going to need. And you don't have to pay anything. So you can get started for free. You can create your music. You can take part in the challenge. You can have something that you personally have created that you can be proud of. And it can give you a level of competency. So once when you're able to create that first one, hopefully you'll have competency. You'll understand that it's possible. Something that we never thought would be possible, let's say 5 years ago, 10 years ago. The average person never thought that they would be able to step into the music arena. But now it's possible. And once when you do it one time, you'll have that competency and that will give you the confidence. So today, I'm not going to keep you guys too long because we know later on today there will be a live training hosted by one of my business partners, Mr. Wayne Crow, and he's going to put on a full-fledged training that's going to help you take whatever your passion is, whatever your skills are, and put them to use in a way that will allow you to build a profitable business. Now, today I was a little, conflicted as to what I wanted to really focus on. There's a few things that came to my mind. I pulled back, I opened up one of my favorite tools, I opened up the new tab section and I looked at the articles and the stories that were presented today. And there's some interesting articles. So, lately I've been seeing in the news, right? New studies show that coffee, something that people have been drinking for decades, maybe over a century or more, there's still new studies coming out. And this particular study says that coffee can help with your health. Now, we've heard it all before. We've heard that, hey, coffee has certain benefits. But this particular study talked about the amount of coffee intake. So it mentioned that up to 5 cups a day of coffee is actually healthy. Now, I don't think it was but a couple of years ago where they were saying, hey, possibly drinking too much coffee, could lead to certain issues, and that you didn't want to go over maybe 2 or 3 cups of coffee a day. But as we know, with various studies, different things that come out, there's new things that's being tested, there's new processes that's being put in place that allow us to, really hone in and niche down on specific areas. So this particular new study says, hey, 5 cups a day may be the determining factor of you having a healthier heart. Now, read the studies yourself. Look at them, determine if it's something that you really want to test. Now, me personally, I love coffee. Now, I might not drink coffee in the most healthiest way. I add my creamer. I don't usually add any extra sugar or anything like that, but I usually add my French vanilla or my hazelnut creamer, and that's it. But they're saying specifically if you drink the coffee straight, black, nothing else added to it. So the coffee itself having a health benefit, not you adding something else to disrupt that benefit or counteract that benefit. And things like that make me think about online marketers, business owners, people that are trying to build a profitable business online, they often get the information, let's call the information coffee. They often get the coffee. They take the first training, they take the second training, they take 5 trainings, which is good for them. 5 trainings that's good for them, that'll help them in, creating a better life, creating a better business. But then they'll turn around and they'll add their own creamer to it, their own sugar to it. Whatever it is, that the whipped cream on top, whatever it is, they'll add that kind of stuff to the coffee, which may negate the positive effects. So that's somehow what people are doing in their online business. They're adding things that's negating the benefits. And another way I was looking at it also, I was on a mastermind call yesterday, and it made me think about how people view their actual business. Some people don't view their actual business as a real business first and foremost, and as something that they have full control over and that they can, make some adjustments and make it their own. Some people are building someone else's business. Some people are absolutely, they still have the employee mindset. They're there to, of course, make an income, but they're also there just to do the work that the boss or the owner wants them to do. So if you're a customer service rep, for example, and you work in a call center, let's say you work in an insurance call center, you're taking calls, but you're selling that insurance. You're handling the concerns of the customers that's calling with the insurance problem. Cool. That's your job. But when you get into the online world, it's a difference. You're no longer an employee. You are a business owner. So instead of you looking at the call center or the insurance company itself as being your particular business, you should be looking at the business model itself. You should be looking and saying, hey, this is a successful insurance company. These are the things that it has in place in order to make it, you know, successful and profitable. It has a call center. It has a customer service department. It has, a sales department. It has all of these other departments that it needs to run smoothly. It has technicians, people that go out and, fix towers. Well, got me thinking about, cell phone industry. But we have in the insurance industry, you have people that go out and you know, they check out if a house is damaged. They evaluate it just to see, hey, what's the damage and how much should the insurance company pay for the fixing of the damage. So there's all these different parts. You as a real business owner should be looking at the particular model and saying, hey, this is a successful business model. Now, if you were to start your own insurance company, you might want to implement everything exactly the same way that a insurance company that's successful and growing actually does things. You would want to copy that model. You would want to duplicate that model so that you have the best likely chance of being successful. Now, let's say you studied the insurance company, but you want to start a cell phone business. and you say, hey, these two are similar. There's interchangeable skill sets, interchangeable things that will allow me to be successful. A cell phone industry, they need a customer service department, just like the insurance department. They need the sales department. We gotta sell these products. And if something goes wrong with the towers outside, just like if a home or whatever gets damaged, we have to have people, technicians, that go out and check out the damage, assess it, and be able to fix it. So we know that we need a specific set of foundational skills and departments in order to be successful. Most online marketers don't think that way. And I was in my mastermind training and I was listening and I was saying to myself, should I say something? But I said, it's not my place. It's not my place. I wasn't the host of the training. I wasn't the coach or the mentor in that particular setting. And that's why I feel as though it's so valuable for me to have my own space, my own community where I can teach them the missing pieces to the puzzle. Now, everybody has their own way of doing things. And, you know, I think just about everybody that does something, they may feel as though their way is the best way. I mean, that's fine. If it works, keep doing what you're doing. If it doesn't work for the people that you're teaching, then that's a whole other story. You know, some people still keep doing what they're doing. But I wanted to be able to create a space where we dive deep into the various aspects that people don't talk about. Now, as I was looking at the new tab section, there was a few articles that popped up that were interesting. This one for particular, it says OpenAI pauses new AI after it kept escaping. Now, that's a strong hook. What do they mean it kept escaping? Now, the AI itself is not a physical being. It's not a robot. They're not talking about a robot that tried to escape a building. I had to pull open that article and I looked at it just to, get an idea. And it talked about the idea that the security measures, the fact that this particular new AI model, it was going outside of the boundaries of what OpenAI wanted it to do. It was posting on, I believe, Reddit, and they didn't want it to do that. So they had to pause it so that they can give it certain guardrails to make sure that it did not go outside of what they wanted it to do. And once when it's trained enough to stay within those boundaries, then, it'll be good to go. Now they released it internally so that they can test it, make sure that it does exactly what they want it to do. And more thoughts came to my mind. It's the same with online marketing, with your online business. There's a lot of things that's being tested. They say things are being split tested from an email standpoint, a subject line, a post, but people are being split test also. You're being tested to see what your boundaries are. And if you're going to go outside of those boundaries or if you're going to be constrained to whatever the system tells you to stay within. And in order to make the system work, they have to keep you from escaping. They have to keep you from escaping. See, a free mind can roam free and do whatever it is that they want. They consider that to be kind of like a rogue agent. And when we hear words like rogue and, you know, people that have gone off the rails or gone outside the boundaries, they always, or most often, they present those people as being bad people. They're doing something wrong. But in the real world, where people are being successful, where people are breaking boundaries, those are the people that are going outside of the particular system. They're going outside of the boundaries. They're escaping from that confined box that they're trying to be held in. And that's what I want you guys to actually start to do. I want you to start escaping. I want you to escape from the box that you are stuck in. It's not a physical box most times. Most times it's this mental box that we get placed in, or we allow ourselves to get placed in, and we can't see anywhere outside of it. We can't see anything but what we are being fed and trained on. Now, the good thing about being a human and not being AI is that as a human, you're free to think and act the way that you want to act. There's not too many people, or, you know, companies, or, you know, whatever you want to call it, that can confine you, that can put you on pause and keep you from mentally escaping. Now, if you want to go off the rails and do something crazy, there are, systems in place that will get you back on track, that will put you back in your place, right? So you don't want to go too far. You don't want to go to the dark side, so to speak. You want to keep everything in order. You want to do things above board, but you also want to be free to be you. That's what I want to encourage you guys to do. So I'm looking through these articles, right? And all this stuff is coming to my mind. And then I see this article: China's moonshot threatens West with full AI communism. Wow, that's tough right there. So I had to open up that article, and I want to just pull it up right here. I wanted to make sure I didn't lose this article, because sometimes that page, it refreshes and new stories come up. But this was just updated a day ago. And you see a young man right here, and he looks like he's pretty focused. And he's in the AI space. And in China, they want to be the dominant force when it comes to AI. But other places, like here in the US, we want to be the dominant force. But it seems like China, they're they're ramping up. They're creating things that's outside of the box. They are creating things that's making it, so that we are able to be more free, more free. Now, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, that's up to you. A lot of people, hey, they hear the word free and freedom. They look at it always, as being possibly good. But sometimes being too free can cause problems. So it says here, let's skip to the second point right here. This doesn't have a key takeaway section, but it says here, the unveiling of Kimi K3, an open source AI model developed by Chinese company Moonshot, has rattled stock markets and Western tech executives amid fears that it will challenge business models and US tech supremacy. Supremacy. You know, the leaders want to be the leaders. The leaders want to be the ones that set the tone, and that says what things should look like and what things should be like, and they want to keep you in a particular box. They want to keep you from going off the guardrail, so to speak. They want to keep you, you know, in a tight knit structure, so that they are able to control the narrative. They are able to control what it is that you see and are able to do. So it says here, The model is as powerful as the most advanced AI systems launched by US leaders OpenAI and Anthropic, while being cheaper to run. Moonshot also lets people freely download and modify the code underpinning the model. So, in other words, it's an open source model. It's an open source tool that allows you to have control over it. And that can allow, the right people to be able to break barriers that lead to positive, creations, positive advancements, or it could go to the other side. It can allow, bad actors to do some negative things, but it allows for you to have freedom. Freely download and modify the code so it takes off the limits. So, in a world where people want you to be confined to doing things their way so that you can be controlled and that you can stay within the box, this right here is dangerous. But in a world, if you want to live in a world where you're free to be as creative as you want and you're free to do whatever it is that you can dream of or imagine, this right here might be a dream come true. But it says here, look at this. When we think about who wants freedom and who wants to be confined, it says Moonshot was forced to pause new subscriptions on Sunday after a stampede of demand to use its new model overwhelmed its servers. Wow. That means a lot of people want to be set free. There's a lot more people that want to be set free than want to be confined. I want you to remember that. I want you to remember that when you are out there building your business, when you're out there thinking about what it is that you're promoting and how you're promoting it, and where is it that you're trying to lead people to. Now, if you're confined in your way of thinking, if you're stuck in the box, if you don't have a broad view of, what's possible, and your vision is narrow, and all you can do is feed someone a narrow vision, then maybe that's the reason why your business isn't growing. Maybe that's the reason why you're not able to build a successful business, because you're trying to put people in a box that you yourself, you might be comfortable in. You might think it's cool to be inside this box where it says, hey, you have to do this, that, that. You have to be confined to just this particular system. And the people that you are trying to market to, they want to be free. They want something that's going to allow them to be free to be them, be creative, you know, promote whatever it is that they want to do. And they don't really care about what it is that you are trying to put them in. They don't care about the particular business. So a lot of people, you're out there promoting companies, you're out there promoting businesses, that, is wrapped in a package and people can read the package. People are reading the labels of the package and it says, it makes me think of that saying. I was going to say it yesterday because I was thinking about it when I woke up. You know, in the movie Forrest Gump, he said a powerful line. And back then, it was cool. Everybody rolled with it like it was, one of this philosophical sayings that said it all. He said, is like life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. And that was powerful back then. But at the same time, I'm hearing it and I say, yeah, that's powerful. I see a lot of people, you know, they were staying in that box of thinking. But then I had to think about it myself and I said, when was the last time that you bought a box of chocolates that didn't have the ingredients written on the box, that didn't have the picture of the particular chocolates that were inside on the box? So how is it that you never know what you're going to get? if it's right there on the cover of the box. Even in those holiday chocolates, the boxes, they show the pictures. Even when you open up the box, you see there's different shapes. You might not know exactly what's on the inside by just, if you don't read the box itself. But on the box, it shows the different sizes, it shows the different chocolates, it shows on a lot of the boxes what's inside of the chocolate. So, how do you not know what's on the inside? And it made me think that a lot of people are stuck in that way of thinking. They think like life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. And they think that the people that they're sharing this box of chocolates with, that they're all not reading the label, that they can't see the label and they feel the same way. They never know what they're going to get. So they're just going to buy the box of chocolates, hoping to get something good on the inside. Whereas in the real world, the majority of the people, they're saying, hey, I see what you're trying to sell me. You yourself might be deceived, or you might be, somewhat cloudy as to what it is that you are selling or promoting. But I see the box, I see the label, I see it says artificial flavors, which means that, hey, it's limited on natural flavors. I'm more of a natural person. I don't want anything artificial. I see the label, I see that it has chocolates with, you know, with cherries in it. I like chocolates with cherries in it. But people might say, hey, I see that. And I don't eat chocolates with cherries in it. You can't sell me that box of chocolates. Yes, I know what I'm going to get. And maybe that's the reason why your business isn't growing. Because you're posting and you're sharing a box of chocolates that says exactly what's on the inside. And you're not, you know, you're not presenting it in a different way. You're not expanding the label on the box that you're presenting. You're not giving the viewer something else to strive for. Yes, it might have some chocolates in it with some cherries. But did you know that the chocolate alone will allow you to, turn it into something profitable? You don't have to eat the chocolates with the cherries. There may be somebody out there that love chocolates with cherries, and you can actually sell them the chocolates with the cherries, and that'll cover the cost of your overall box, leaving you to enjoy the parts of it that you actually want to enjoy and use it for whatever you want to use it for. A lot of people don't have that mindset. They're trying to sell a box of stuff that people don't really want. So, as I stated, I don't want to keep you guys too long today, but as I'm looking through information and I'm looking at this stuff, yes, it is valuable, a new AI tool that's going to allow you to be free. But what is it going to allow you to actually do? If your mind is closed off, if your mindset is so closed that you're so stuck in a box, you're going to get access to this tool and use it the same way that you use every other tool. You're going to use it in the same way to keep you inside of your current box. So it really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The tool itself doesn't matter if the hands of the person that the tool is in is unchanged. So let's transition a little bit because I want to share with you an opportunity to join us later on today in a, online training and a live webinar that's being hosted by my business partner, Mr. Wayne Crow. Now, the name of this training right here is The Infinite Traffic Machine. Create thousands of traffic getting assets in minutes. That's powerful. You need to be able to create traffic getting assets. And to be able to do it in minutes, that's very powerful. That can help the right person out. But don't get caught up in the overall title. I want you to stay focused on what you should be focused on. You should be making sure that your mindset is right before you watch the training so that you don't get put in the box. Because there will be people that will be watching and they'll allow themselves to get put in a box. But our goal here is to make sure that you are able to stay free. Take the information, take that, that training and apply it in the right way so that you can make it your own. So let's look at this a little bit more information. So it says, imagine an AI powered machine that quietly turns out thousands of little traffic getting assets in minutes. You feed it once, it goes to work, asset after asset after asset, each one built to go out and pull visitors back to you. No one, not 10, thousands, in the time it takes to make a coffee. No writing them yourself. Wow, isn't that interesting? It mentioned coffee. So that's another one of those things, right, that I talked to you guys about. The universe will give you access and it'll put things in your way even before you get to the destination. While you're on the journey, you come across certain things, certain concepts, certain ways of looking at life and your particular business, and then you'll start seeing it everywhere. So, coffee. Hmm. How many cups of coffee will you guys have today? Will you have those up to 5 cups to help with your heart health? Hmm. Think about that. So, as we're expanding our mind and our mindset, that right there was very valuable in itself. But I want you to join us today on the live training at 2 p.m. EST time, right? So that you can get the information, so that you can hear and learn and understand the training itself. And once again, don't allow yourself to get put in a box while you're watching it. Make sure that you still stay free. Open up your mindset, look at the information, and understand how to apply it. Now, with that, I've been working on some new music and I'm working on a new Welcome to the Hustleverse Volume 2 album. And I got a lot of tracks on there that I want to, really, put out there. And since we do content creation and we do a lot more hands-on content creation, fun, creative work that we actually, we partner with the AI. The AI does its part, but we also add the human elements to it, right? So that we can make it our own. So I created a music video yesterday, and it was for one of our heroes, Miss Hustleberry. And I wanted to debut that song today for you guys. And hopefully it inspires the right person. Hopefully it motivates the right person. The title of that particular song is She Built the Habit. I shared a couple of snippets, in my private group and on one of my pages, right? So I finished working on the video and maybe I might do another version of it. See, I have so much fun using the tools that I have access to and the tools that I want to share with you guys that, it allows me to create an unlimited amount of videos. So for the Welcome to the Hustleverse Volume 1 album, I still want to make more music videos. I want to make more songs into music videos. So we're going to take our time. But this right here is something that, I wanted to share with you. It's going to be a song that's featured on the new album. And, I hope you guys enjoy it. So as we close out, I'm going to debut this new song from Hustleberry called She Built the Habit. And I hope you guys enjoy. Once again, join us at 2 p.m. EST time today. Also, get access to the most valuable document in all of online marketing by clicking the link in the description of this video so that you can get access to it. Take part in the challenge so that you can create your own music. And also, click this link right here that says grab your mega link. That gives you access to your foundational tools so that you can start using that along with your mindset so that you can build whatever it is that you want, and so that you can also never miss another live training so that you can get more pieces of the puzzle to help you in your online journey, online and offline journey. So, like I said, expand your mindset. Just because somebody tells you that this is for online, I want you to think outside of the box. It's for business. It's for building, on and offline. So with that, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's live. I'm going to fade to the back. We're going to close out, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great rest of your day.
People kept asking, how did you become so disciplined? Truth is, I didn't wake up this way. I repeated my way here. Started with 10 quiet minutes a day. No spotlight waiting, no shortcut to take. Just one small promise I refused to break, even when progress felt slow to make. Some days I showed up tired, some days the words wouldn't land, some days it felt like nobody noticed. Still, I stayed with the plan, cause I stopped chasing motivation. That feeling always came in with I needed something stronger, a promise I could represent. Brick after brick, day after day, the habit kept shaping who I became. She built the habit, now the habit built her. One small step turned into a whole new world. She kept showing up when nobody observed. Now they call it talent, she call it every word, every rep, every day, every promise she preserved. I quit waiting for perfect time and started creating with what I had. A notebook, a phone, a vision, enough to build something that could last. Used every tool that helped me move, turned rough ideas into something true. Not to replace my voice, but to multiply what I could do. Cause leverage don't replace the builder, it just let the builder reach farther. And every asset I created made tomorrow just a little smarter. Now I ain't measuring success by how loud the moment feels, I'm measuring it by what my daily rhythm builds. People think identity is something you find. Maybe identity is something you practice. Now they ask how everything changed, like it happened overnight. But they never saw the mornings when I kept choosing what was right. Never saw the quiet weekends when I worked on what was mine, turning free hours into future, one decision at a time. See, freedom wasn't something waiting at the end of a long road. Freedom started showing up the moment I owned my growth. Now when opportunity knocked, I don't panic, I prepare. Cause consistency introduced me to the woman already there. Now the habit built her. One small step turned into a whole new world. She kept showing up when nobody observed. Now they call it talent, she call it every word, every rep, every day, every promise she preserved. 10 minutes, changed forever who she was. Motivation visits, habits Let's move in. Build a life that your future self will recognize.
Woke up to silence, dreams still heavy. Phone screen dry, but my vision stays steady. Mama said, baby, that job ain't your lane. But I clocked in anyway, chasing someone else's game. That got me dancing with denial at night. Scrolling for hope, but it's hidden from sight. 10 minutes a day, sounded small at first. But in silence, even whispers can't quench a thirst. Notebook in hand, wrote my future in ink. Mapped out my mission before I started to sink. Every post was a prayer, every share had weight. I wasn't selling a link, I was shifting fate. I found my rhythm in the quietest place, where hustle meant healing and grind meant grace. From the corner of doubt, I carved my space. Legacy ain't loud, but it wins the race. 10 minutes a day, brick by brick, built from the bottom, now the vision stick. No hype, no cap, just clarity. This ain't just income, it's legacy. Every click, every song I create etches my name where they can't erase. You can doubt, but you gon' see. 10 minutes a day turned into legacy. People laugh, said she doing too much. To my PayPal ping, then they changed up the touch. No big brand, no six-figure crew, just a mic, some lyrics, and a dream that grew. Tired of waiting for the gatekeeper's call, so I built my own stage, held my own hall. Suno on deck, that's the beat in my chest. GPT spitting like I'm born to impress. Said I'd never make it, cool, noted. But now my bars turn pain into coated. From broken to branded, I ain't asked for fame, I asked for freedom and I claim my name now. Hustle berry on loop like healing chance, for the girls who grew up with limited chance. This is more than a challenge, it's breaking the chain. Cause 10 minutes a day rewired my brain. 10 minutes a day, brick by brick, built from the bottom, now the vision stick. No hype, no cap, just clarity. This ain't just income, it's legacy. Every click, every song I create etches my name where they can't erase. You can doubt, but you gon' see. 10 minutes a day turned into legacy. Now my daughter sees me different, eyes full of fire. She said, Ma, your words lift me higher. This ain't a hustle, it's a heart-led path, where math meets message and message meets math. Community over clicks, value over hype. I ain't here to trend, I'm here to type blueprints for the ones still stuck in fear. Let them borrow my belief till their purpose clear. Haters still quiet, but I'm loud with grace. Posting in peace, not a mask on my face. Every bar I drop, every beat I write, I'm freeing the